Nathan Zegura here at Ford Field, where the Browns fall 31-23 to the Buffalo Bills, dropping to 3-7 on the season. And for Browns fans, this one felt all too familiar. The Browns would take the opening kickoff race right down the field and get a touchdown to take a 7-0 lead. But then the lull would come. And at one point in the first half, the Browns would have 11 first downs to 0 for the Buffalo Bills, and yet the score was 10-3. The Bills got a big punt return that set up a field goal. The Browns could not capitalize on their early dominance on defense. On offense, they weren't able to score enough points to take advantage of it. And so the Browns found themselves at one point 10-3. Then it was 10-6. The Browns would be driving, having an excellent drive, but they lost center Ethan Posick early in this game, and in was Yelda Froholt, who really is the Browns' fourth-string center. Nick Harris was the starter, Posick the backup, Michael Dunn the third stringer. He went on IR this week, so in came Yelda Froholt. There was a bad snap to Jacoby Brissett that stopped a Browns drive in Buffalo territory, and it was that turnover. It seemed to just unravel things at various points, as has happened in many Browns games of note. The Browns had an opportunity to convert a fourth down deep in Buffalo territory. They tried a quarterback sneak on 3rd and 1, a quarterback sneak on 4th and 1, and they were denied. And Josh Allen, he got things going a little bit towards the end of the first half, as happened last week. The Browns don't score going into half, the opponent does. And the Buffalo Bills, they got a touchdown to take a 13-10 lead at the half. They'd open up the second half. They'd get a field goal, 16-10. They would go on basically to put this one out of reach. The Browns had an opportunity to score late and then try an onside kick. They did not recover. They scored again, another one to Donovan Peoples-Jones. Did not recover the onside kick, and that's how we get here. The story for the Browns, though, the same. They lose the turnover battle. They are unable to convert some critical fourth downs in scoring situations, and then defensively, they start off pretty well, but once kind of the dam breaks, all things open up. In this one, the Buffalo Bills, a team who does not run the football very much at all, had a pair of 86-yard rushers in Devin Singletary, who had a rushing touchdown, and James Cook. They averaged over 5 yards a carry in this one. And even though the Browns limited Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen was limited. He wasn't his best self today at all. The Browns defense did a good job in that regard. They just didn't do enough. 6 field goals for Tyler Bass, and we end up with a final where the Browns ultimately are on the wrong side of things. The game honestly wasn't even as close as the final 8-point differential would indicate. Jacoby Brissett over 300 yards, a season high, 3 touchdowns, also a season high. Cooper over 102 scores. Donovan Peoples-Jones a touchdown in his return here. But if there was one thing that stood out, it was the Browns offense's inability to run the ball for the second straight week. Nick Chubb under 20 yards on 14 carries here today, averaging just 1.3 yards a pop. That would not get the job done. Turnovers, stalling out drives, not capitalizing when they have opportunities. It's really been the story of the Browns season. This game in itself was a microcosm of that. Now they are 3-7. They will have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady coming to town at First Energy Stadium in the final start of Jacoby Brissett's 11-game run before Deshaun Watson returns. And I want to say this, Jacoby Brissett has played winning football. Jacoby Brissett has played much better than a quarterback of a 3-7 football team, and it's a shame that his tenure could end with that kind of hanging over him. He played great again today, but not enough overall offensively. They were able to move the ball between the 20s, then it stalls out. Another blocked field goal. This one, the 3rd time that's happened this year. So special teams not getting it done. Defensively, not good enough. And offensively, not enough points when you needed it. And the Browns, same old in this case, fall and now are 3-7.